All good things come to those who wait, or those who leave enough comments asking where, oh where, Mr. Ben Crow is Nebula 2. She's right here. This instrument needed the best possible finish, and as such, I took her to Crimson headquarters, and Josh has been working away in the background while I did the Great Guitar Build-Off entry and all that jazz to achieve this incredible, beautiful effect. And I'm very, very happy. Now, over the next couple of weeks, I am going to be finishing this guitar. We will see her completed, and there will be an element of closure in our lives. Much, much needed. Welcome to Crimson Guitars, welcome to my home studio, and welcome to Nebula 2. Again, an electroacoustic, multi-scale, unique custom guitar. Burn it. Today, the fun begins. Haha, yay! In this episode, I am going to take off the masking tape. I am going to work out the next stage, get rid of all of the excess bits of tissue inside the guitar, and I have got a different idea about how to tackle the custom Ebony tuning key heads. Because I've been thinking about it for a couple of months now. Anyway, in the meantime, here is a little bit of footage of Josh getting this finished. If you want us to refinish your guitar or do this for you, for your guitars, drop us an email, office@crimsonguitars.com. Shameless self-promotion. All right, let's have a look at what we're dealing with. Shiny. Right from the beginning, we've had these dips and cracks and crevices, and that is an integral part of the design. On a normal instrument, you would avoid those. You would fill them and hide them, and on a burl, you can do that. That's not a problem. You can essentially make it as if it was never a hole. We didn't want to do that. We wanted to emphasize the naturalness of what we've got. And the thought was that I would go in and paint all of these bits with maybe matte black or black 3.0 or something like that. Further emphasize it. But I really like what it looks like now. We don't need to change any of this. There's little bits of gold. There are interesting colors and shapes, and it just works as is. Who'd have thunk it? Anyhow, I need to get all of this masking tape off and all of the tissue and stuff out of the inside there. So let's make that happen, shall we? A little big, but we can sort that out. Okay, so there's varnish or lacquer all the way up to the edges. And I don't want to chip the finish on here. If I do, that's not too much of an issue, but because everything can be repaired. But I want to get rid of that so that I can pull this all up. So very carefully, I'm going to scrape the varnish away. It would have been, on a normal build, this would have been done as soon as the lacquer was on, basically, which would be easier. There you go. I've got to masking tape layer at that point. And then essentially, that should come away quite easily. And with less risk. This is going to take rather a long time. Yeah. I'm also probably going to have to restain some of the sections of the binding, if not all of it, at least the tops of it. I did not want to lacquer the fretboard. We could have, but I didn't want to. Onwards. Mind-numbing boredom. Isotunes. They're awesome. As is the new book that I'm reading by Andy Weir, the dude who wrote The Martian. Reading, listening to. Project Hail Mary. There we go. Play. Bye-bye. At about this stage, life's going a little bit easier because there is less varnish. So, yeah, scrape through. This is going to take a little bit less time than I thought. That was scary. Boy child.
I want you to give this to Bobby.
You want me to give that to Bobby Duke? I don't...
I want him to make it into something.
I've only met Bobby Duke like once.
I want you to do it again.
I will try to, not this year. I've got something else there. I have sorted your chain out for you.
No, put it on my neck.
Put it on your neck.
Put it on my neck.
There you go.
I thought it was a titanium chain.
Titanium chain?
Wait.
No, I don't have titanium chain. Although I do have a titanium Leatherman coming soon. Oh, Byron, that looks cool. Tiny little Thor's hammer that I made for Byron, and it needed a new chain, a little bit more substantial. Now your hand's in front of the camera. Because he kept on breaking the other chains. He wanted you to see. So, yeah, there we go. Alrighty, we've got a guitar. Okay, fantastic, no repairs needed. And I still have to level these frets, which I'd forgotten about. It's one of those jobs that you forget about until you have to do it. I have got some cleaning to do. There's gunk all the way along, bits and pieces, scraping and tidying. And let's get all that tissue out from inside this beautiful beast, shall we? All done. Obviously I need to do the frets and that truss rod cover. Yes, it is true. I am filming inordinate amounts of B-roll of this sexy, sexy finish. Fight me. All done. Clear, sorted. Nothing going on except a little bit of vibration. Testing 1, 2. Sorry. Okay, so there's a little bit of lacquer on the sides of this. That needs to come off. Actually, one of the old fret end dressing. What is this? That's a fret. Yeah, it's an old fret end dressing file. Luthiers use files a lot more than general woodworkers. So obviously there's varnish on the inside of this cavity as well, and I could scrape it away or whatever, but that is dangerous because again we might chip around the edge. It's much easier to file away the aluminium edge here and make that fit. The magnets are doing their job, it's lining up perfectly. Pretty cool, isn't it? So the next stage of this is the tuning keys, and I decided to make some custom Ebony keys, and you watched me in an episode, furiously try and figure out how to do it. Or at least one of the ways to do it. And that involved making some custom tooling and drilling holes and snapping ebony and punching things and crying in the corner, just exclaiming, why do you overcomplicate your life so much? So having been through that, I've decided to change the design entirely because, hey, there is an easier way to do it. There's an easy way to do it. I have CNC machines. I could do that. I'm not gonna at all. Essentially, what I'm gonna do, this is the base of your tuning key, etc. You have to have a hole that has got square sides so that as it rotates, it works properly. You can't see that. You can't see that. Permanent marker. So that's your tuning key. You have to have a rectangular hole, and that is what I was using these tools for. And it was a problem. There we go, something like that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out a rectangular piece of aluminium with our rectangular hole in it, and I'm going to inlay that into the base of the tuner. I can drill a round hole all the way through with just a slightly smaller one for the screw, and that aluminium insert will act as the thing against which we can turn the tuning key. It is much, much easier, much quicker, and it allows me to have a solid ebony tuning key without, well, that basically anybody who's ever done any inlay will be able to make at home with ease. And if there's one thing we need more of, it's custom tuning keys. Why not? Bring it on. I'm running this backwards now to not break anything. Oh, not quite big enough. Oop. Yes, I've made it asymmetrical. I just wanted to. I think it looks great. There we go. So I just need to recess, put a recess in for the head of the screw. It's a little awkward, being at a strange angle, but if you're going to be doing this yourself, you're going to be doing it with a more traditional shape, I presume. The drill is going backwards, so I'm taking very, very small amounts. It has a hole to center it and all that jazz. Perfection. Except I obviously need to add some curves. The sharp edges are not ideal. But, well, we can do that in post, can't we? I'm just... Yeah, okay, fine. Calm down, Ben. I am very, very happy with how this has turned out. I've been worrying about these tuning keys since I started smacking these broaching tools into a piece of ebony, and that is a simple way of doing it. I'm next week going to make the rest of the set, and we will add some shaping and curves and stuff. I don't want to do that on this one yet because this is my template to get the next ones right. Seriously, let me know what you think of all of this in the comments below. If you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe. And yeah, support me by going to crimsonguitars.com and partaking in the massive, massive sale that is going to be going on. Summer Splash. I don't know what we're going to call it, but yeah, there's a sale on at Crimson. It's going to be awesome. You need to consume as much as possible, because that would make me happy. And also make you happy. Got to be done. Guitar building tools, courses in person, templates, and even custom order guitars and production instruments that we make. So check that all out. And, well, go do that now. Goodbye. See you soon. Click like. Because I do. I like it a lot.
There's a mini project and a project I want to do.
Yeah, what's that?
Making a mini shotgun out of stuff like this.
You want to make a mini shotgun out of a bit of... Oh, that's dowel left over from my GGBO guitar.